The Battle of the Golden Boot, Shane, and Razorbacks snapped a 5-game losing streak to LSU, win in Baton Rouge, get to go return to Fayetteville with that Golden Boot. And speaking of social media, man, the Arkansas, they were on fire after this one, celebrating this one. But, at the end of the day, this was an ugly, ugly game that could have went either way. And, if not for KJ Jefferson, Shane, who's playing out of his mind, he's playing better and better as the season goes along. But he's just not getting a ton of help. I mean, they couldn't get Burks going in this game. The ground game was not what it had been. And maybe that's a credit to LSU's defense that I've had to hear 100,000 times this morning. They held Alabama to 6 rushing yards, and they did do a tremendous job against Alabama. They did it once again back-to-back weeks. I don't not know where this LSU defense has been all season, but this game come down to me, Shane, the fact that LSU had to play a true freshman quarterback. They benched Max Johnson. Garrett Nussmeier, let's give him credit. The one touchdown, I said he looks like damn Aaron Rodgers. He did. He was that good on the touchdown, but made a couple costly mistakes. So a bad interception, one interception.
COVID halfway through, huh?
And in overtime, you simply cannot throw that interception. That was the ball game. That was all she wrote for them LSU Tigers. And that's kind of the danger of playing a true freshman quarterback, Shane. He's going to come in there and make stupid mistakes that cost you the ball game. But I don't know. What was your thoughts on this one? And because if you go, I think there was a stretch of 6-7 possessions there. Arkansas got about 20 yards combined. I mean, they could do very, very little for much of this game. And again, if not for some KJ Jefferson heroics, breaking tackles, making guys miss, keeping his eyes downfield, I don't think there's a chance in hell Arkansas wins this game without KJ.
Well, for starters, Mike, I'd like to apologize. I said some comments going into this game about the LSU squad and them not caring and not showing up. But apparently I was just talking about the offense, man, because this defense is legit. I mean, I watched the Alabama game. I thought it was kind of fluky, and I said, maybe Bama was overlooking them. Maybe this was just like their championship, all this stuff. But I didn't see it bleeding into this week. And, man, they gave Arkansas a fit. It was and both sides. I don't want to take away. LSU was a surprise for me. Arkansas, you come to expect that good defense. But when I look at the biggest stat for me, Mike, was the fact that combined these teams were 9 for 34 on third downs. They just couldn't stay on the field. And credit to both defensive staffs because that was what this game was about. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, Arkansas did just enough. They fought them just enough, man. It was a physical, tough-fought game, and it really did. I mean, it came down to overtime. It came down to the last possession, and you kind of felt like that was what was going to happen. I kept waiting for LSU to screw up, and they just didn't on defense. Arkansas just kept pounding, and taking every little inch of opportunity they had. But I'm not going to say it was a pretty game, but like Sam says, a win is a win, Mike.
Yeah, and I think the best way to sum up this one, Shane, if anybody missed it, Arkansas called for a fake field goal, Les Miles style. Let's give Sam Pittman credit, and they executed it. It was going to be a very long field goal. Instead, fake field goal. They pick up something like 20-some yards. You got to figure that's going to give you so much juice. I think they were about the 20-yard line at that point. You got to figure they're going to punch it in. And then the offense goes 3 and out. I mean, it's like that was the story of the game. I mean, there was no adversity that these defenses couldn't handle, and there was no momentum these offense could sustain for any portion of this game, really. A couple big plays were the touchdowns in the game, but it was a field goal duel. And at the end of the day, Shane, I mean, maybe this is the difference between having a program on the rise with leadership and Sam Pittman, that these players on the sideline believe no matter how poorly the game may be going, they're going to get the win. Whereas on the flip side, you got Coach O. We love Coach O, but he's already been fired. There's anytime there's adversity, I think there's a sense that, oh God, what's going to go wrong? And I think that's a difference in the game, and I think it's a credit to the leadership of Arkansas that they just kept fighting, kept believing. And in years past, there's no chance in hell they would have won this game, but at no point did I really think they were going to lose it.
No, yeah. I mean, 3 turnovers, you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't have won this game. And it was sloppy, but it got the job done. I hate it because these fans did show up, man. It felt like Death Valley at night. And I didn't think that's what we were going to see, but kudos for them, man. They made it electric. LSU gave their offense so many opportunities. The momentum swings in this game where they could have just came out and if they could have done something, there was a real chance LSU was going to win this game, man. This is my lock of the week, Mike. I'm going to tell you real quick on the lock, okay? A lot of people are like, Shane, why are you so mad about this fucking game? Well, I'm going to tell you why I'm mad, because I went in when I made my bet, it was 2.5. When I was telling you my lock of the week, the point spread was 2.5. So, dumb old Shane just waiting around. I was like, well, I don't want to put it in just yet because sometimes they'll send these little boosts to me, I could do a little boost. But by the time I got this bet in, the point spread is now 3. Okay, whatever. All right. So I went ahead and I put the bet in, and guess what? I didn't make any money, Mike, because I drug my feet. So my lock of the week, even though if you guys listened, you would have made some money, I didn't because I put it off too long, man. So that ain't gonna happen again. I'm gonna put my lock in here tomorrow, probably for next week.
They had you off rhythm with their blitzing in the first half. What did you do to overcome that? And can you maybe speak to what KJ scrambling meant to you?
Well, we tried to throw some screens off of it and pick their linebacker, which wasn't successful. We tried to throw some bubbles out there, but we weren't doing a very good job of blocking on the edge. And we tried to throw a slant, and it didn't work. And so basically, KJ made a guy miss, and then made the play happen to, I believe, Dominique. And it was one play. Our defense was playing so well, and still had too many penalties on both sides of the ball with 9, and I think they had fewer than that, maybe 6. But we tried to run the ball. Our adjustment was trying to get the ball up the middle. They were too fast for us. We weren't able to block their linebackers. 18's a great player, and they played man free on us, and we couldn't hold up protecting them. So I don't know that we did a little bit better in the second half, but they were very, very good defense tonight, and we struggled. But KJ found a way to make enough plays.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask you about Cam and just your confidence in him, and what was his kind of attitude and kind of how did he look during that timeout before kicking the field goal?
I didn't look at him. I was talking to the wings and the tight ends about handling the edge pressure, but I pretty much felt like if he got the ball up that he was going to make it. Ironically, when we faked the field goal in the third quarter, I believe it was the third, Cam was the most excited guy whenever I said, hey, we're going to fake it, because he felt like it was there all night, and sure enough, Bauer went down there and did it. But that just shows you how unselfish that Cam is. Everybody else would have wanted to kick it. Now it ended up being a three-pointer because we weren't able to convert and score a touchdown. But he's just a really good kid. I think he was 2 for 2 tonight. Is that correct? 3 for 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 3 for 3, and an extra point. So very, very valuable.
Hey, Sam, congrats. What do you think of your defense tonight? Even in overtime, they only gave up 13 points, a little over 300 yards, and got the 3 takeaways. Just what do you think of their performance overall?
Well, you could tell that the game plan for LSU was to run the ball, and they felt certainly like they could run the ball on us. And they had some success, but I would think we had a little bit more success of stopping it. I thought our defense, Barry did a nice job and the defensive staff of going from 4 to 3 down and give them a little bit different looks. This is probably it is. I know it's the most we've blitzed all year, but it's also the most multiple that we've been as well. So I thought they mixed it up well. I thought the kids executed the plan. We tackled pretty darn good tonight, and of course, getting the 3 turnovers with the botch snap on the Wildcat, and then Mo picking off 2 of them was basically the difference of the game.
The reaction to your players, that's why you get into coaching, to see them come down here and
Amen.
win a game like this. And these seniors that have lost so many in a row, that's what you get into coaching for, isn't it?
Amen. That's it. I mean, you know, if you can't, I mean, there's a lot of things go into coaching, but the number one thing better be them kids, the number one. And I think that's what we do here at the University of Arkansas. And whenever they go out, I mean, we had a lot of guys banged up, beat up, guys, and they just kept coming. I'm sure LSU did too. I'm not taking anything away from LSU. I'm talking about our kids. And then to get in there in the locker room and see their face and how they reacted, to go on the road and do that. I mean, everybody got on me last time because I said it was a Super Bowl, but I can say whatever I want because that's how I feel. And I feel that this was a huge, huge win for our program. And if somebody doesn't think it is, well, that's fine. But I do, and that's why I'm saying it.
Christina?
Go Hogs. We just beat LSU on the road. Go Hogs.
Just feel bad. Just feel bad. Really do. 2 weeks in a row. We could have put them in a better position to win. They played their hearts out. Too many mistakes. 3 turnovers on offense. Down in the red zone, don't score again. Any question?
Ed, right in the back. Just the job that defense has done.
Say it again.
The job that defense has done really throughout this season, tonight too. But I mean, the constant progression that we're seeing out of those guys.
Phenomenal. A big shift happened in open date, and we went more 3-4 look. We did some things that we thought that would help us. There's more pressure. We had some pressure. We missed some plays tonight, but overall, I think the defense has been playing lights out. The job that Damone Clark has been doing, and I just think the defense has been playing well.
I guess just speak to Micah and Damone's play tonight. They seem to really carry you guys on defense.
They're playing hard. Those guys are playing hard, and they're giving everything they got, man. They're older guys. They want to win. They're back in there. They're hurting. And I'm hurting for them. Just wish we could have put them in a better position. Some guys are playing lights out football right now.